Hi, good evening students. Now I am discussing one more new topic, that is distinguish between isobaric process and isochoric process. In thermodynamics, the next point is differences between isobaric process and adiabatic like isochoric process. So whereas in isobaric process, pressure remains constant. Pressure remains constant between system and surroundings. In which process pressure is remains constant between system and surroundings, then the process is said to be isothermal process. That is, P is equal to constant. Whereas in isochoric process, the first point is volume remains constant. Volume remains constant. Volume remains constant between system and surroundings. In each and every state of the system, volume remains constant. In which case, isobaric process. In isochoric process, volume remains constant. In isobaric process, pressure remains constant. Here what we can say, volume equal to constant. And the second point, change in pressure. Change in pressure. dP is equal to 0. Here change in volume. Change in volume. dV is equal to 0 since V is constant. Now, third point in isobaric process, what is the work done during isobaric process? Work done during isobaric process. Basically, work done formula is integral PdV. In this process, pressure constant. So dP is not available. So here you can P into integral dV, like V1 to V2 are the limits. Here volume changes, pressure only constant. So that P into integral dV, like limits are V1 to V2. Now this value is nothing but a P into V integral dV equal to V and limits V1 to V2. Therefore, work done during isothermal process is equal to P into V2 minus V1. This is the work done during isobaric process. Now come back to the third point, whereas in isochoric process, work done W equal to integral PdV. But in this situation, you are observing as a second point dV equal to 0. So that W equal to integral P into dV value 0. 0 into P equal to 0. So work done is not possible, whereas in iso choric process. Now coming to the fourth point here, in case of isobaric process, PV graph, pressure and volume graph. There is a straight line which is parallel to volume axis, or we can say simply x-axis. Whereas in isochoric process, there is a PV graph. Whereas in isochoric process, there is a PV graph, that is volume remains constant. That line is parallel to pressure axis. That line is parallel to pressure axis. These are the main differences between the isobaric process and isochoric process. Any doubts you have, you can message me. So I'll give you reply in the message form. In the form of message, I'll give you reply. So thank you.